Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Manifest Tarot. I'm so happy you're here. Today is a reading about your April, a look into your April, into what your essence, your being is going through in this April. So to do that, I'm going to pick 3 cards from this deck, this Oracle deck. So let's wake it up here. We have to wake it up. I always have to wake up the decks. If you've never watched me before, I always have to wake up my decks before I shuffle them. All right. These cards are so large. All right, one more. This one. I don't know why they're coming out to me. They usually jump out, but these are just facing me. So, oops, I have this card. This card was out here, and I notice it's in the screen. This is from a different deck. This is the Halloween deck. This is the High Priestess. I was pulling some cards for myself, and this is one of them. So let's leave this out for at least this part. All right, so pile number 1, your card is Obadiah. I might be massacring that pronunciation, but that is this card. And then this card is, oh, I'm sorry. This card, the card number for pile number 1 is card number 3. And this card for pile number 2 is card number 10, Archon Barbello. Their hair is very similar. This like energy coming off their head is very similar. And for pile number 3, ooh, beautiful card. This is card number 39, Ivory Wish Fulfilling Crow. So I am going to read the guidebook about these cards and tell you some more about these cards. But first of all, I'm going to add crystals for those of you who like crystals. And then I'll talk a little bit about what's in the guidebook so that people that don't want to look at the guidebook, or I'm sorry, hear the guidebook can skip that part. So I'll be back in 1 second with crystals. All right, we're back. I have 3 crystals, one for each of the piles. This is for pile number 1. This is the rose quartz oval. For pile number 2, you have this Amazonite heart. This is an especially beautiful one. It's just, there's something about it, the quality of the crystal, and it's very heavy for its size as well. It's very interesting. And for pile number 3, this Ivory Wish Fulfilling Crow, this is the clear quartz hexagonal point. All right, and then for those of you who do not wish to hear about further information from the guidebook, you can just skip ahead to your reading. I'm of course going to leave the timestamps below. Otherwise, I'm going to pull out the guidebook and let's look first at card number 3. All right, so this one says, do not turn away from your path, nor from what you know in your heart to be true. No matter what appears to be, nor what logic may dictate, trust what your heart is telling you. You are safe and protected by spirit. You are spiritually empowered with all you need to manifest your authentic soul path. You have what it takes to connect with the light and live that connection in practical ways which contribute positive energy to our human collective. So Obadiah is the Latin basis for the word obedience. Far from conforming to authority, the original meaning was to listen, to hear, and to not turn away. Wow, so this is such a manifestation card. For those of you that have been, that are drawn to pile number 1, this is like, you are in the state here with this card. All right, let's look at card number 10. Wow. All right, your biology and gender are creative and powerful means for you to express your soul path. Sometimes you may feel limited by gender constraints or stereotypes, but your spirit can never be restricted or controlled. Embrace the journey of what it feels like to be you in your own body. There is much benefit and healing to be gained through an embrace of your life journey, including the deeper experience of the absolute freedom of your spirit. Archon Barbello is an angel, goddess, divine mother, and sacred space. She is mysterious and powerful. She is the inviolable purity and truth of your being, the spiritual essence within you that is eternal and cannot be tainted or distorted. So, again, these are real manifestation cards. This is telling us that you're, how Neville says that you're, how Neville talks of the I am, Neville Goddard. This is the I am card. These are really meaningful today. Let's look at this one, number 39, Ivory Wish-Fulfilling Crow. You can have what you truly want. Such knowledge helps soften and release fear, grasping, control, and doubt. Have confidence that the universe hears your prayers and is even now leading you into that which you seek. You can take sanctuary within your spiritual connection whenever you need a stabilization and protection against the fluctuations of the external world. No matter what is happening around you, there is a way through to the fulfillment of your potential. All right, so Busunda is the mysterious Hindu sage who assumes the form of a crow and lives atop the magical wish-fulfilling tree, thriving whether there be feast or famine in the world. As a highly evolved supernatural being, he has outlived the ending of numerous world ages. No calamity or cataclysm. Sorry, I'm trying to combine calamity and cataclysm as I'm speaking. No calamity or cataclysm can shake the powerful divine tree or the creatures who live within its shelter. The sacred tree is a place of sanctuary and protection where no harm can befall any of its inhabitants. So, this is interesting. This is really interesting. For this one, this is, having persisting and knowing that you are the God, you are the authority in your world. So this book is talking about the universe. I don't term it as much of the universe as much as, what's inside of us. So, but this is really 3 very interesting cards. So for those of you who are curious, this is the Oracle deck name, and that's the author of this deck in this book. So just in case you're interested. So of course, as I said before, I'll leave the timestamps below, so pick whichever pile or piles you want, and I will see you in your reading. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. You chose this card, number 3, Obadiah. I'm sure I'm massacring that pronunciation. And you also picked this rose quartz oval crystal. I'm going to put this up here. And I decided that I'm just going to keep this High Priestess card out. Actually, I'm going to put this here. Oops. And then this here. All right, so I have another Oracle deck I'm going to pull one card from for you. This one. The cards are being a little bit subdued today. They're not jumping around. Right, what is this one? To be fair, card number 38. Look at that owl. What is she judging? Oh, a fortune cookie and an egg. And what does the fortune cookie say? Hope. Do you see that? Hope. To be fair, it's judging the fortune cookie against the egg. The fortune cookie against the potential. All right, and I have 3 tarot decks, and I want them all out here at once so you can see them. All right, these are the 3 that I'm going to use. And let me pull from this one first. Gotta wake it up. Always have to wake up the decks. I think this one. There's these. Wow. Right, so there's this one. And these 2. This one. Wow, you're getting a lot of cards, pile number 1. And then we have this one. Let's see. Oh, this one really did want to come out. And then this one. Here we have all of our cards. You've got quite a few cards, pal. Number 1, let's take them one by one. Here's your first one, the Hanged Man. This is the after tarot, for those of you who aren't familiar with it. The scenes are depicting what happens moments after the scenes in the traditional, famous Rider-Waite-Smith artwork. So just so that in the traditional one, the Hanged Man is just hanging there alone, looking out at us, the observer. And obviously in this one, he's being visited. So I wonder if she's going to untie him or if he's going to say, no, I'm fine. I'm just hanging out. I'm hanging out. I'm doing my thing. Come at sunset. I might be ready to go home then, but right now I'm going to just hang out. All right, what else do we have? The Magician. Of course the Magician comes out. This is a very manifesty card after all. The Fool. Wow, what a strong message you're getting already. Pile number 1. Ooh, the 5 of Pentacles. You know, somebody that I was just talking to about tarot. She's pointed out something I had never noticed, and she had never noticed it too until very recently. On the Rider-Waite-Smith deck and this one, there's snow falling everywhere except for right in front of the window. There's no snow falling in front of the window, in front of this stained glass window. Isn't that so interesting? All right, how many more cards from this deck do we have? So this is the final card from this deck, the Page of Swords. All right. So let's look at these cards from this deck. The King of Cups. Look at that dragonfly on his finger. And there's a star and a moon hanging from his antlers. This Page of Cups has very creative power. He's very creative. He's like kind of, to me, he has a lot of King of Wands energy. He's very creative King of Cups. And then we have this one, the Ace of Cups. Very interesting. There's a lot of, well, okay. There's a lot of new, I don't want to get too much into it because we haven't seen all the cards yet, but there's a lot of new beginning, new energy, newness in your reading. The Page of Pentacles. Of course, another page is coming out. The Lover's card. This one that just calls it love. The Lover's card. There's a lot of newness, and then you get the Lover's card. And in this, as I said, in this deck, is there another one? Yeah, there's one more card from this deck. In this deck, it's just called Love. So it's a stronger indication that this card for us today is more about love than about the alternate meanings of the Lover's card. The Six of Cups. Very interesting. Everybody looks so content in this scene. All right, now we have these cards from this final deck. The Page of Wands. So we have 3 of the 4 pages so far. Dang. Looks like I'm gonna have to rearrange them, so I'm just going to put them out here so you can see them, and then I'll rearrange, I'll push them up a little bit off camera. The Two of Swords. This is such an interesting card. I have a lot to say about this card. The Hierophant. I'm so curious about this final card. The Two of Wands. Wow, the Two of Swords and the Two of Wands. Look, it's so similar here. Look at this. All right, pile number 1. Let me see. I'm gonna be back in a second. I'm gonna push things up and try to get everything in this, upright in here and be able to be seen all at the same time. I'll be back in a second. All right, pile number 1, we're back. I'm so interested in this reading. This is especially this last line here. These 4 cards from this deck are so clear. of a message. It's almost unreal. But what you have here is, this is like you have been on a journey. You have been on a journey of self-discovery, and you know how when you start out with something, you don't know what you don't know? you're, you're so uninformed about a particular topic that you're not you don't even know yet how much you don't know. You've been working at this and working at this and working at this, and now you are in this moment where you are, I keep on wanting to say in the, on the last leg, but I'm not sure that's quite the energy that I want to put out there. And I just did, but it's not, I'm going to say it, but that's not quite what I mean. It's like you have expanded into your final form, and you're just, how can I say? You're just, it's like you've been going and you've been learning, and now it's like you're here. If you understand me, you have expanded into your final form, but you're just at the beginning of that. But it's so wide. It is infinite. And so you know how in your physics class when you learned that if you have, let's say you have a pipe and it's this diameter, and this is the flow rate is X, because you have this diameter, even a small increase in diameter, that logically you would say, oh, that will not make much of a difference. Like from here to here, that's not going to make much difference to a flow rate. But in a tube or in a pipe or whatever, a little bit of diameter increase makes a huge difference in the flow rate. So you are here, and even going from here to here in your journey made such a huge difference to you. But now you're here. Now it's this infinite, huge change in your journey. And even though you're right at the beginning of it, it's so immense that you just can't, it's almost, I can't even, sorry, I had to pause for a sneeze. So it's so immense of a change that even though you're right at the beginning, your flow rate, so to speak, of your expansion is orders of magnitude larger. You are in the beginning. That's why you have 3 of the 4 pages. You have the Page of Wands, we have the Page of Pentacles, we have the Page of Swords. So you're at the beginning of the end. That sounds ominous, but it's the beginning of the end of your evolution into what you've wanted to be. So that is the main message here for you. One of the main messages. I mean, this is the main theme, is what I should say, for you, pile number 1. So let's look at these. This is very interesting. Your first 3 cards, you've got 3 major arcana. Then you got this 5 of Pentacles, and then you got your first page. So what does this mean here, these 3 major arcana? So this Magician card is, I hope that plane isn't too loud. This Magician card is the Manifestor card. And also this High Priestess. I mean, this is the card that came out. It was kind of over here, and I thought it was off the screen, and then I looked and it was kind of peeking out. So It's our little mascot card for the readings today. But the Magician is card number 1. Of course, the Fool is card 0. So we're going to get to that in a second. But the Magician is card number 1, and the High Priestess is card number 2. They're very similar in meaning, yet the Magician is very much headspace, very much logical. It's got a lot of pure creative power. And the High Priestess is a little bit of magic, a little bit. It's combining. It's combining, let's say, manifestation and witchcraft. Let's say. Okay. But the Magician is your card that's between the two, that's anchoring both of these others. So you are in your total new, your Magician phase, for your new phase of you, of your final version of you, pile number 1, is just blossoming. And it's funny because the Magician, you can see from his attire, he's very practical. He's got a very plain outfit. He's got that infinity sign over his head. It's funny, but all of his items, his implements have, sharp angles, and even if they're round, they're metal. Like, the candle is round. Of course, the candle's round, but it's very plain. He's burning it from both ends. It's kind of funny. His table is very, sharp-edged. So it's very plain, and it's also very utilitarian, all of his implements. But look, all around him is all of this blooming abundance. So there's a contrast here. So he's actually bringing in a lot of this energy from this card. They're much more similar. This Magician and the High Priestess are very similar. They're so similar. So if you looked at them without seeing the name, you might think they're the same card. From different decks, of course, but the same card. They're very similar. So anyway, he's evolving, is what I'm saying. He's going from his utilitarian, angular, hard surface mindset to allowing other things. He's gone from allowing only one thing into his consciousness to allowing this abundance, this whole new world of flowers and greenery just encroaching, and he likes it now. Maybe even yesterday, before he had this evolutionary shift into his new him, he might have been really upset and just not even upset, but annoyed, irritated that all of this greenery and all of this blooming flower business was encroaching on his very serious work. He maybe even yesterday he would have called the gardeners on the horn, been like, let's come over here with your clippers, get rid of this so I can continue my very serious work. But now, today, he welcomes it. He has had an evolutionary shift, a revolutionary shift. Is it evolutionary or revolutionary? I don't know, but it's like he's had a shift in his consciousness where now he welcomes the flowers. So that's really a you moment, pile number 1. So it's anchored by the Magician is anchoring this. It's surrounded by the Fool and the Hanged Man. Very, this is like past, present, future for you. These 3 major arcana. In the past, you were kind of stuck. And it was not involuntary. It was a voluntary thing where you were kind of away on your own, studying, concentrating, manifesting. You know, you were, and you were there, sitting there, away from everything. Here, well, this is your present. This is you, your major expansion, and then the future. You're back at the beginning, at the very beginning. You're back at card 0, but you have the knowledge that when you let go, you are not gonna, there's not gonna be a catastrophe. When you let go, this is, you know, when Neville Goddard has a lecture. For those of you who know Neville Goddard, he's a manifestation guru that a lot of people quote, and he's very, he was a very inspirational person. But anyway, one of his lectures was, you have to buy the pearl of great price. And what is the pearl of great price? It is belief and knowledge in the power that you are the creator and the only cause of your world, and that you are the only one that can change it. You know, that's such an oversimplification of what he's saying with this pearl of great price, but you have to let go of everything else. He says, let go of everything else and only believe in that, only know that that's the only truth. And what is this fool doing? He is just about, I mean, he's so unconcerned. Look at him. He's still sniffing the flower. The dog is saying, what are you doing? Get back up here. But the fool knows that he can let go of this final grasping that he had on his former life. And once he lets go, he's infinite potentiality. And that is you. This is your moment, pile number 1. It's you being completely and utterly convinced that this is your path. There is no path. For you, there is no path. You're infinite potentiality. You are the one that can let go. And you will be able to float around, do whatever you want, turn into a bird if you want. So what I'm not understanding here is this 5 of Pentacles. I know what it is. All right, so you have been manifesting abundance. That's something that you've been manifesting, right? So we're taking this lesson straight from this, my friend who talked to me about this just this last week. This is the only thing that you have to concentrate on, and now you know how. Pile number 1. This snow is obscuring everything else. Even the window frame. Even the window frame is obscured by the snow. Only the window itself, only the pentacles themselves are clear to your vision. And so that means that you are letting everything else fall away. Your old mindset, your old poverty mindset fall away, and only see the abundance. That's a good tip. Don't acknowledge where there is lack. Pile number 1, only see the abundance. So don't concentrate on this. Just see this. And then we have this Page of Swords. You have 3 pages. The only page you do not have is the Page of Cups. So I'm going to talk about the pages in total, but I'm going to go on because they're all like as one. So I'm going to talk about the pages as a whole. But first I'm going to go through I might save it to the end. So the King of Cups is, well, I have to talk about it in conjunction with the Ace of Cups. They came out together, same deck, same energy. So since you are into this final expansion of you, pile number 1, you are both the embodiment of love, and also it's fresh and new. And there's no mistake that it came out right together with the Lover's card, which this calls the Love card. So we have a lot of, how can I say, a lot of emotion here, a lot of feeling. We also have the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups, you can be looking into your past. You could have been looking into your past, pile number 1. Looking into your past and seeing what used to be. That might have been something that you had in the past done. And only seeing what was in the past as what was good and wanting to recapture. There's these bowls. We can think of these bowls as holding past memories and wanting to capture them, recapture them, and drink them again. But they don't have to. They're letting that go because they're already they're happy in this moment. Have I said that clearly enough? These four, all four of these little creatures here, they used to look at these bowls as having their happiness. They captured these memories of happiness, and they thought that was what they wanted. They wanted to re-drink the memories over and over because they thought that was what they wanted. But now they're able to let that go because they're confident in their happiness, that they have the ability to feel that happiness now and in the future again. So there's no more pining over the past. There's no more wasting energy and being sad over the past. Even though they were happy memories, they caused sadness in the present moment because there was this poverty mindset. But now these four are doing exactly what I said. They're not looking at this picture. They're not viewing things through the lens of poverty. They're just looking, hey, they're looking at only these pentacles. So you do have, so since this is the love, since this is the love line, so to speak, you are both the full realization of love and the potential all at the same time. Very powerful time for you, very momentous time for you, pile number 1. As I said with this love card, this Lover's card. So what is this Page of Pentacles doing in your little love line here? On first glance, if you just looked at this without the Page of Pentacles, you'd be like, what is he penning? Is he penning a little love note? No, but he's penning like some sort of business letter. He's getting his business done. He is really making things happen in the business world. I love the little hands on this tree holding his stamped and addressed envelope, ready for him to be done with his little letter so they can mail it out. There's a lesson here. I'm wondering what it is. Is it that you can, maybe it's that you're detached, maybe it's that you in your new you, pile number 1, you can be detached from the emotion and you can see, that's what it is. You can see what, and I was supposed to save the pages till the end, but this is important because it's kind of not, it's out of place in this line, but it's not really, because You can see what you want now, and you can be happy. You're no longer looking in the past and saying, oh, I can never recapture this. My life was perfect and I've lost it, or whatever. I don't even want to say these things, like the things that we say that you used to do. Now you can detach from that emotion and say, no, this is what I am creating now. This is what I'm creating now. And I don't have to look back. I'm happy. There's tons of love in the world. And I have that. I have the ability to draw that into my life. And so this bottom line is so interesting. We've got the final page. We've got the Two of Swords, the Two of Wands, and the Hierophant. You've really got three choice things here, like, you know, one or the other, one or the other, one or the other. She's measuring, you know, weighing these two things. And then you have the Two of Swords and the Two of Wands. So I wanted to point that out. I'm going to put these back here. What you've been doing, pile number 1, is in this new step up of you, this new version of you that you're like really evolving into, is you can be your own Hierophant now. Yes, of course, you can listen to others and watch others and have advice from others and be inspired by others, but there's a trusting in your own self that you have now. And so this is you. This is you. You are this figure now. Look at how direct the gaze is, but there's no teaching. This is you looking at you. You're looking at you. When you're looking into this cat's eyes, you're looking at you. And the thing is, all of these other animals that are looking adoringly at this house cat, it's funny because all the wild animals are looking adoringly at the house cat. But those are all older versions of you. These are all older versions of you. Oh, there's another house cat there. So we have a mouse, we have an otter, it looks like, a baby fox, a squirrel. I think it's either a squirrel or a chipmunk, not sure. There's another cat and another fox. Oh, and there's a rat. How did I miss this rat? So they're all, is that it? Oh my gosh, there's another little otter thing right here. I thought it was part of the tree. So they're all looking adoringly at this cat, except for this one. This one's also looking at us. But these are all old versions of you. You were this mouse. You were this little otter. You were this little rat. You were this little fox. And now you're this cat that they all look up to. But that's fine because it's also you. You have stepped into your power, pile number 1. And so what we have here is something, this choice that you, even a couple weeks ago, maybe might have been stymied. Excuse me. That you might have been stymied at. Which door should I pick? Which path should I take? I'm stuck. This might have been you even 2 weeks ago. You might have still been in this. Now you're this. Now you're saying, it doesn't matter what I choose. It doesn't matter what I can have everything. This is a false choice. This is a false situation that is not real for me anymore. I, pile number 1, do not have to choose. I, pile number 1, just am. I am. And this Page of Wands is the final page, and it is really the page, you know, the new energy of creation that you're in. So we have the 3 pages. I said I was going to talk about them all, but this was a special situation because it was in this love thing. So the Page of Wands, the Page of Pentacles, the Page of Swords, you have all of this, and but you got the King of Cups, so that's the page has been left over in the Cups suit. You're already all the way at the King, but there's this new energy that you have that is, you're not way back at the Ace. You're not way back. You have this Ace of Cups, but the Ace of Cups is with the King of Cups, so that this really makes sense because the Ace of Cups and the King of Cups is kind of, how can I say? They're kind of replacing the Page of Cups in this reading because you are both more evolved in your love, your emotional state than a page. You're at the King of Cups here, but you also have the Ace of Cups showing that it is, you also have a newness and a freshness to your take on it. But for the rest of the suits, you have a lot of this page energy, your intellect, your thoughts, your abundance, and your creative power. They are all combining to show that you are not back at Ace. You're not back at the new beginning. You are back. You are up there at the page with the new energy, renewed energy, transformed energy. It's transformed from thought, from theory into action, and you're stepping into this new expansion. You've been expanding. One more time, you've been expanding. You thought it was a big change. You know, each time you expanded your diameter, you thought it was a big change. Your flow rate increased a lot. But now it's been like this. Now it's like this. So you are in your new, hugely expanded self, pile number 1. So this is your April. This is what you have going on in your April. So the thing is for you to expect big changes, to not just expect, but to know they are coming for you. That's what this entire reading is, that you are not needing to sit there and say, oh, I have to work more. No, you are this creative power that you have been, you're done with theory. You're in the practice and in the knowing. Pile number 1. So this is your reading. This is a beautiful reading. You are so inspiring, pile number 1. This is your month to start shining. That expansion is just beautiful to see. You're at the spring of your life right now. Your new life. You're at the opening. You're at the budding, the blossoming. The things that you might have been irritated with the day before, all these blooms coming, you're saying now you're welcoming it. You're welcoming it because it's showing your expansion and your abundance. So pile number 1, this is your reading. Thank you so much for joining me, and thank you for liking, sharing, commenting, And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss future readings. I know I'm going to see you very soon. Bye for now. Hey, pile number 2, welcome to your reading. You chose this card, number 10, Archon Barbello. Another beautiful card. And you also chose this Amazonite heart. Put that up here with its friends. And I have another oracle deck that we're going to pull a card out from for you. Well, that was easy. Came right out. What does this say? Yang, number 1. Very powerful card. Right, so I have 3 tarot decks. I just wanted to bring them all out. So I'm going to pull some cards from each one of them. So let's wake this up. And oh my gosh, look at all these. Really? Wow. Wow. All right. And that. And that. We're getting a lot of cards. We have a lot of messages for April. They're spinning around. They're so excited. They're spinning. I think that both of these, yeah, both of them want to come out. So there's this one too. There, look at all these cards. Look at all these messages for your April pile number 2. All right, here's our first card, the Sun card. What a happy card. And what else do we have? The Empress, awesome. The Devil, wow. Look at how happy this little character is. So pleased. So with this, you know what's so interesting is that the pile number 2 also had 3 major arcana to open up, 3 different ones. But the Sun and the Empress changes the meaning of the Devil for me, at least so far. The 10 of Pentacles, pile number 2. You are like, your April is on fire. Is this the last one for this one? Oh, there's 2 more from this deck. The Lover's card, oh my gosh, pile number 2. You are having an April to remember here. The Chariot, oh my gosh, pile number 2. Five major arcana and the 10 of Pentacles. That's a full reading right there. The Queen of Wands, wow, pile number 2. What have you been doing to get this reading? You're on fire. Oh, yeah, of course. The Yang card. The 10 of Pentacles again. Pile number 2. That was a card drop moment. They're gonna burn me. They're on fire. You're on fire here. The 9 of Cups. Are you kidding me? Get out of town. Pile number 2. The 9 of Cups, the 10 of Pentacles, the 10 of Pentacles. All 3 of those are wish fulfillment cards. The 7 of Cups. The 9 of Swords. Wow. What's going on here? Is there more in this? There's the last. The 10 of Cups. This is another wish fulfillment card. Wow. This looks like your dark night of the soul here. All right, I'm gonna have to take. I'm gonna instead of rearranging them on camera, I'm gonna wait until afterward. All right, so the Chariot again. You got 2 chariots. I think I left enough room, but nope. Oh well, so I'm gonna leave them like this, and I'm gonna have to rearrange them. The Empress card, again, there is some major thing going on for you, pile number 2. Oops, oh, the Page of Pentacles wanted to come out first. Look at this little character with, looks like a hubcap. Doesn't that look like a hubcap? That's funny. It's a pentacle. What's this one? The Star card. Pile number 2. I can barely wait. What is this final card? The Lover's card. It's your second Lover's card. All right. There's something major going on for you. Pile number 2, and it's you are on fire this month. You're on fire. Give me a second. I'm going to just quickly rearrange this. You can see everything. I'll be back. All right, pile number 2. This reading really lived up to its potential. You are on fire this April, pile number 2. This is just so big, massive. Everything about you is on fire. Literally, you have the Sun as your first card. But first of all, I'm going to just point out all of the doubled cards. You have the Empress twice. Ooh, look at that, right above and right below each other. You have the 10 of Pentacles twice. You have, well, it's almost the 9 of Cups and the 10 of Cups. You have 2 Lovers. You have 2 Chariots. Those are some powerful cards, and they're all, every doubled card is like power and wonderful things and fast, you know, charging forward into your, you know, into what you want. So it's so interesting because, all right, so first of all, I'm going to tell you what the overall thing is. It's just happiness, abundance. You know, there's a lot of motherhood here, if that means anything to you, if that's something you're interested in. But the Empress is not just motherhood, it's also fertility and, you know, creation, that sort of energy. You have so much abundance. You have the you have the 10 of Pentacles twice, doubled, squared. You have the 10 of Cups and the 9 of Cups. All 4 of those cards are wish fulfillment, abundance, love, happiness, togetherness, just every good thing. Okay? You have the Lovers twice. They're almost one on top of another. That is, you know, love. It could also be choice, but in this case, I really, even though you have the Seven of Cups, this is really symbolizing love and partnership. It really is for you. The Chariot is like willpower, focus, forward movement, charging forward, just like this Yang card. It's like charging. It's like the sun, just a huge ball of nuclear power. And what else do we have? The Page of Pentacles, just this potentiality. It's the potentiality for abundance that we then see in the Nine of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups, and the Empress, the Sun, the Queen of Wands, which I haven't even talked about yet, the Lovers. That it's like this potential for greatness, potential for just fiery goodness. Pile number 2. Then we have this Queen of Wands, which is the energy. You know, some people read the Queen of Wands as people. Some people read the Queen of Wands as energy. For me, it depends. It's like totally depends on the reading. Look at this little dragon, little baby dragon. There's this creative power that you are embodying. This is your April. This is your creative power. And you know, you have 2 Empress cards, and that's really interesting for an April reading because it's this blooming. You can see she's working in her garden, and she's enjoying her garden. There's a lot of blooming. There's a lot of things coming up, you know, blossoming, a lot of fecundity, a lot of just joy and sunlight and everything that you would want. Everything that you want in your life is right here. Everything. This reading, pile number 2, putting it in one line, everything that you want in your life, everything that you've ever wanted in your life is right here. And there is a but we will get to that but in a moment. I just wanted to tell you, you could take this Queen of Wands in both ways. You could take it as the energy of creation. You know, you could take it more as an Empress card energy, but you could take it also as personifying. Like, you are personifying this Empress energy. So if you want to personify this particularly, this is your month to do so. You are invited to really personify the person, the creative power that you have wanted to. This has been a someday I will be that for you in the past. This has been a someday I will reach that. Someday I will be that. Someday I will allow myself to. Someday I will. Well, this is your wake-up call, pile number 2, that you, this month, right here, right now, you embody this. This is yours. This is you right now, pile number 2. This could be just your reading right now. That's just your but. There's a but. There's a but. And it is so important and significant that this 7 of Cups and 9 of Swords is between the 9 of Cups and the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles. And so, oh, and I didn't even talk about the Devil. I want to talk about the Devil first because this is even more important. So I forgot to talk about the Devil because it's like so crazy in here. The Devil can be, you know, looked at as temptation. It can be looked at as, you know, negative, as being, you could read this as being taken off the path of what you want. But because we have this Nine of Swords and Seven of Cups, this really to me is showing us that you can not be afraid to enjoy yourself. There's another meaning to this Devil card. It's like you can enjoy it. You can allow yourself. You can let your hair down, so to speak, if you know that phrase. You can allow yourself to enjoy all of this abundance. You have this abundance. This is your abundance, pile number 2. Don't have this imposter syndrome when good things happen to you because it's yours. Don't have this imposter syndrome when abundance comes to you, when love is offered to you, because it's yours and you can enjoy it. That's what this Devil card is saying. In the middle of all of this abundance, it's your message to claim it. Claim it as yours. This abundance, you're claiming it as yours, pile number 2. You're saying, yes, I am the person who has it. So let's look at this Seven of Cups and this Nine of Swords. It's, as I was saying, it's so significant that it's between the 10 of Pentacles, the Nine of Cups, the 10 of Pentacles, the 10 of Cups. It's so significant that these two cards are positioned where they are, because in all this positivity, in all of this creative power, still with everything good that's going on, and the star, it's like just, more creation. It's more of exactly what we've been seeing in all of these other cards. I mean, just look at this card. It's a lot of just renewal and just happiness and hope and rejuvenation and looking ahead, look at them all sharing this moment. So I didn't talk about this card particularly, but I wanted to just make sure, because I want to talk about this, the end. This is the final message, this before the wrap up, that I want to give you, because it's significant and it shows you exactly what, it's this whole thing is your message, but this is just a truth. This is a universal truth. This is a truth for you and everyone else. In all of this abundance, all of this love, all of this passion, all of this growth, all of this creativity, this fecundity, every moment, pile number 2, is a choice. Every moment is a choice for you to either experience Nine of Swords, fear, darkness, poverty mindset, everything, seeing everything as bad, or you can choose to see the 10 of Cups, everything wonderful, everything good, everything harmonious, everything abundant, everything. I mean, look at these 3. Look at these 3. You can see just in their expressions what I'm talking about. Look at how happy they are. So every moment is a choice. You could take all of this abundance that's offered to you, all of this love, all of this wonderful creative power. You could take all of that. You could see that it's offered to you. You could take it, and then you could say, no, it's not really me. That's not really me. I'm really the person who's always rejected. You could be offered this and say, no, that's not me. I'm really always the person who's poor. So even though you are offered these things, you have the absolute power to still define yourself as the person who doesn't get it. Let me put it this way. You can be offered love. Someone comes up to you and says, I love you. You can say, yes, I, pile number 2, am the person who's always loved. That makes sense. Or you can say, no, I'm the person who is always rejected, so I don't accept that that person said that to me. Every moment is a choice for you. Every moment you define yourself. So you have the power in every moment to say, I'm poverty-stricken and poor and unloved and alone. Or in that same moment, you can say, I'm loved, I'm abundant, I'm cherished, and every other good thing you can think of. So even with all of this wonderful stuff happening to you, this is your reminder that you, pile number 2, are the ultimate power, and you can still, even with all this abundance, still define yourself as poverty-stricken and unloved if you want, and that is your choice. So in this moment, in all of your moments in April, pile number 2, I want you to remember that and define yourself the way you want to be no matter what. And April's going to be like an amazing month for you. But it's still, in the end, it's still your mindset and your ability to define yourself as 9 of Swords or 10 of Cups. And so it's up to you no matter what. So pile number 2, this is your beautiful reading. I don't know if I've ever seen so many amazing cards in one reading, and I don't know if I've ever seen such a clear picture of you being the operant power of your own life. It's a beautiful, wonderful message. And thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for your likes, your shares, your comments. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss any future readings. And I know I'm going to see you very soon. Bye for now. Hey, pile number 3, welcome to your reading. You chose this such interesting card here, Ivory Wish Fulfilling Crow. This is card number 39. As well as this clear quartz hexagonal point. And this was that card that was kind of hanging out where I had it over here, and I noticed it was in the frame, so it's our little mascot card for the reading. All right, so I have another oracle deck. You know what, there's gardeners. Hold on a moment, I'm going to shut the window. All right, the neighbor has some gardeners over, so I'm going to pull one. Oop, we already have it. One oracle card from this deck. Let's see. Building blocks, card number 28. I always think of Tetris when I see this card. It's like she's inside the Tetris game. It's a very industrial looking card. All right, and I have 3 decks. I'm going to bring them all out here so you can see all of them as I'm pulling the cards. So let's wake up this deck. We need some pile number 3 cards. Maybe these, all 3 of these. Wow, pile number 3, you're getting a ton of cards already. All right, so let's see. All right, so we have this one, we have this one, we have this one, and this one. And let us see with this deck. these two. I know you want to come out with this one and this one. All right. We've already had two powerful readings. Let's see what this one is. I'm so curious. The Eight of Cups. Somebody. All right, so he's, a couple of the cups were spilled, so he left. He says, I'm not gonna, I just can't deal with this, so I'm leaving. And meanwhile, she's come up and she says, oh, wow, look at these 8 golden goblets. I love this. So he got discouraged and left. Meanwhile, she's saying, this is amazing. I love these goblets. They're solid gold. And he just left. That's pretty interesting. The Judgment card. Look how happy those skeletons are. All right. I think this is that's such a funny artwork. The Three of Wands. Wow. Letting go of your intentions. You're setting your intentions and letting them go. The Fool card. The Magician card. And oh, there's 2 more from this deck. The Ace of Cups. Are we gonna have enough space? And the Hanged Man. All right, so let's see what's in this deck. The Ace of Swords, your second ace already. The Three of Wands, your second Three of Wands. I see a theme here. The Star card. I love the Star card, it's so pretty. And the Three of Pentacles. All right, let's see what we have. The Three of Swords, it's your third 3. You have the Three of Wands twice, you have the Three of Pentacles, and now you have the Three of Swords. Once again, I didn't leave enough space. All right, so the Seven of Cups. I love this. Look at his bowler hat. The Six of Cups. Look at all those beautiful pictures. That's from his last vacation. And the Ace of Wands, your third ace. What were the other aces that you had? The Ace of Swords, the Ace of Cups, now the Ace of Wands. The only ace that you are missing is the Ace of Pentacles. Wow. All right, pile number 3. I will rearrange these so that you can see them all upright, and I'm going to be right back. All right, pile number 3, we're back. You can see everything again. So what we have here, a very nuanced reading. You are in the middle of looking, like this building blocks card is really appropriate to your reading right now. We have a lot of choices and a lot of you're creating what you want out of this. Where is it? The Seven of Cups. You're creating what you want out of this. This is you have the potential. It's like your potentiality right here. You have the potential to do what you want, to go in the direction you want. And this month is very significant because you are able to really hone in on what you want and really have the luxury of a choice. You don't have to do what is expected of you. You don't have to do what other people think you should do. You don't have to do what you have always thought you should do. You don't have to do what you've been trained to do. You don't have to do what you've always done before. This April is a moment for you, a month, whatever moment for you to create what you really want, your true desire. So that's it in a nutshell, but look at this. These two, I mean, I know this is not the traditional choice here, but it's so, this After Tarot is such an interesting deck. The Seven of Cups is a traditional choice card, but in this one, it's more of a binary choice. It's you know, the frog and the frog's reflection. And I love that the reflection has the heart. But let's look at this Eight of Cups. This is really a card about like disillusionment. This person has been standing here and got disillusioned because some of the cups fell over and their contents spilled. So they just left. But there's still 5 cups that are filled, and also, pile number 3, these goblets are huge solid gold goblets. You know how much money these are worth? Not to be mercenary, but let's be mercenary. And he just left. He just left. And that's your choice. If you want to let go, just drop what you don't want anymore, even if you know that it has the potential for great rewards. If you don't want it, you just drop it. So you can be either the person that says, no, I'm not interested in this anymore, no matter what. You know, I don't know if you're familiar with the sunk cost fallacy, but, you know, since I've been working at this so hard, even though I don't want to do it anymore, I'm still going to continue because look at all this effort I already put into it. He's saying, I don't care about that sunk cost. I don't care about that sunk cost, you know, idea. I am leaving because I don't want this situation anymore. Whereas she is saying, oh, I still do want this situation. I still find value in the cups that are filled still, and in the goblets themselves. So you, pile number 3, can be either one of these characters. And there's also, it's a very binary choice for you this month, because you can be either this frog or this frog. You can be the frog with the boiler hat. Bowler hat. Why did I call it a boiler hat? Anyway, you can be this frog up here with no heart. Its heart is, oh, it does have a heart. Look at this. I can't believe I didn't see this. It does have a heart, but the heart's in grayscale. This froggy in the reflection is all green, and its heart is bright pink. So maybe this froggy is the real froggy, and it's looking down a well, and it's seeing its little grayscale reflection. We're traditionally seeing it as this froggy is at the edge of a pool and is looking at its reflection in the pool. But you can also see it as this froggy is at the top of a well and is looking down the well, and it can see a big reflection. Very interesting. So again, you have a choice. You can be either one of these things, and it's up to you, pile number 3. So we have a lot of 3s in your reading. We have the 3 of Wands twice. We have the 3 of Swords, and we have the 3 of Pentacles. So we have, it's like a lot of potential pile number 3, because you have also the aces. You have 2 aces. You have the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Wands. Oh, and the Ace of Swords. Yeah, so you have 3 3s and you have 3 aces. You have a lot of potential. You have a lot of, this is your month to decide what you want. This is a month of soul searching. This is a month of decision for you. This is a month of setting your intention, and you can always change it later. Where is it? You can always change it later. I mean, this is the first tarot card you got, was this 8 of Cups. You can always change your mind and leave, but you can always change your mind and come back. You can always change your mind and stay. You can always change your mind. Even if you stayed longer, you can always change your mind and leave. It's up to you. It's your world. I mean, there's a lot of hope and there's a lot of acknowledgement. This is what it is, pile number 3. It's a month of acknowledgement that you are the power in your life, and it's a month of really getting to know yourself. Even if you thought you knew what you wanted, you're here to not stagnate. This is not a stagnation month. This is a month of huge discoveries. This is a month of standing still for you and really examining what you want. And again, this is a similar, I think it was pile number 1. It was, where is it? It's a similar feeling. I think it was pile number 1, but they had the 6 of Cups from a different deck. Look at the 6 of Cups. He's looking at his little picture gallery, and he's looking at his memories. Maybe he lives in the maybe he lives in the Arctic, and he's looking at his vacation photos from the Antarctic, when he went to the Antarctic with his love interest, the narwhal. So what does this mean for you? This means that there's 2 things this could mean. This could mean that you are being encouraged to look in the past and say, when was I really happy? What do I really want? Can my past happy memories give me hints of what I want for the future? But maybe for some of you that's it, but for others of you, this is not a warning, but a reminder that looking in the past all the time and comparing it in an unfavorable way to your present moment is not productive, is not creative. It's actually a stagnation. It's a real stagnation, because right now you're being encouraged to take this moment for you to decide what you really want, what you truly want, which version of you really want to be. But the real stagnation could be if you just look into the past and say, oh, that was the apex of my life, and I never will recapture that feeling. I'll never recapture that moment. I'll never recapture that opportunity. That's not what you want to do. And it's significant that it's underneath the Star card, which is this like rejuvenation, hope, you know, a real, like a purpose. You're looking for your purpose. You're looking for your purpose, and it doesn't have to be some grandiose purpose. It could be a small purpose. But with the 3 threes and the 3 aces, this is your moment. And the Fool, and the Magician, the Judgment card, it's all saying the same thing for you, pile number 3. And here it is, the building blocks. Pile number 3, you are building your life this month out of these blocks exactly the way you want it. And it first has to be built in your mind. It first has to be built in your consciousness, and then it gets pushed out into your reality. But you're being encouraged to make it. You're being encouraged. This is what it is. You are creating your entire world the way you want it. And the fact that it's first having to be in your mind, that it's built, that is the most significant part of this whole creative power, of this whole creative process, is that the moment of creation that matters is the creation in your consciousness. It getting pushed out into the 3D, it getting your creative power that is within you being pushed out into your 3D reality. That's the after effect. The real creative power is within you. So this is a hugely significant month for you, because you deciding what you truly want is really the only creative power that you have. It is this massive creative power, but it's the only creative power. And so you seeing all this, I mean, these messages are, you know, this is your moment. This is your moment to rise up from whatever you thought you were trapped in. You might have thought you were trapped in this one identity for so long, pile number 3. But now you're able to rise above it and be whatever you want. And this is your month. This is your moment. This is your month to concentrate on what you want and look deep within. She's seeing her reflection. He's seeing his reflection. What do they want? What do they see? How do they see themselves? These are the questions you need to ask yourself this month. What do I truly want? How do I see myself? How do I want to see myself? How do I create myself in my mind? If you create yourself in your mind and you hold on to it, then it will be, then everybody and everything else has no choice but to see you as that as well. The interesting thing about this reading is that there's this 3 of Swords, and the 3 of Swords, it might signify, I mean, you know, usually it's the traditional one is like a heart, you know, in the Rider-Waite-Smith tarot card, it's a heart, and there's 3 swords stabbing right through it. This one is more like discord. It's a lot of discord instead of like outright pain. It's a lot of fighting. But I feel like it's an internal thing, like you've been fighting with yourself here. And it might be really connected with this card, is that these are 2 aspects of you. Some part of you wants to stay, part of you wants to go. You're both of these people at once. You don't know what to do. You're uncertain whether you want to stay or to go. Not literally. I mean, I'm not saying that, you know, you have to move house or something like that. stay as the you that you currently are or be a new you. How radical do you want to be? You can be anything you want. You can let go of everything and be an entirely new you. It's up to you with all of this aces energy and all of these, you know, building blocks, and it's like this rising up and being the new you, rejuvenation. It's all saying the same thing, and I'm not sure. I mean, I know that this is a powerful reading, but you know, I'm going to pull another couple cards. I'm not sure if there's another. These are all pretty, it's all pretty much saying the same thing. I'm not sure if there is some more guidance that I have to give you. Let's see. Is there any more specific guidance for pile number 3? Right, there's these two, and then this one. Oh, this one, let's come up too. So these 3. So what specifically does pile number 3 need to have guidance about for this process? Here, the star card again, and it came out right there. Hope and rejuvenation. So there's nothing new. It's a reiteration. Maybe trusting yourself. That's what this is. It's trusting yourself. It's trusting yourself and it's trusting yourself enough to know that whatever you do decide, it's going to outpicture in the world. The Lover's card. It's a choice. I mean, it could represent love. You could be very, like, wanting to know how much you want to recreate and change your conception of yourself in love, but it also could be a choice. It's still saying choice. 10 of Pentacles. Wow, that's a new... There's nothing like that in this whole reading. And the 10 of Wands. Very interesting that these came up together, and they're so different than everything else. So let's take the star card. Is just reiterating this, so I'm glad this came up. Trusting that whatever you decide for yourself is definitely going to picture out in your 3D. This is a confirmation that you are seeing yourself as the operant power in your world. This Lover's card is just reiterating these choices. It's like these two are also reiterating this choice, but it's also bringing this message of like love, romantic love. And if you're concerned with romantic love, your manifestations, your love manifestations, this is just a message for you about that you are, you're always in control. A choice about a love relationship is like any other choice for you. It might feel to your body, as more important than anything, but it's just another choice in the end. So what we have here, which is so interesting, it's like, but it's not really a choice. It's not like as if it was the 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Swords. The 10 of Pentacles is a complete wish fulfillment card, major abundance. And the 10 of Wands is just, okay, I reached my goal, but I'm so tired I don't even realize yet that I've reached it. So there might be a lot of that for you right now. I think that there's a lot of that for you right now, that you're so tired, Some of you, many of you, maybe you're so tired of, oh, how many times do I have to recreate myself? How much of this, how much whatever. You are so weary that you don't even realize that you have progressed to the place where you have the luxury of recreating yourself. So you can just drop this wand. You don't need it anymore. It's all, the fight is done. The work is done. Now you're just playing. Now you're just saying, how can I build my life the way I want it? You've gotten to know that all of this fighting, all of this smashing around with wands and people hitting each other, that was going on inside you, kind of, so to speak, that is done now. All of your battles have been fought. You are in control of your thoughts. You've done this. You've done all of the work, and you can drop this last wand, let it go, and now the act of deciding what you do want is a wonderful, beautiful thing, not a, oh no, I have to do more work. It is a, I get to do this. This is wonderful, it's beautiful. The fact that the two tens came out together, the 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Wands, is significant. They're not really a one or the other choice. So it's a reminder to us that things don't even need to be a one or the other choice. You can have both at the same time. You're a limitless being, pile number 3. You can do whatever you want. This abundance, this unreal abundance is yours. And it can be the abundance. I mean, you can look at it also as love and abundance is being offered to you, but it's not even being offered to you. It's like yours for the taking. You can trust, pile number 3, that the love and abundance you always wanted is yours. The thing is, if you're seeing it as work, it will be work. If you're believing it's hard work, it will be work. And so you just dropping the work aspect of it, dropping this wand, saying, I'm not going to be fighting any more battles from here on out. I, pile number 3, am knowing that this is a beautiful, lighthearted process, that I can be anything I want, and I can let go of the struggle mindset. So that is your reading, pile number 3. It is a monumental time for you, and you are your creative power. You can have, I'm not just saying that, you can be anything you want. You can recreate yourself, and this April is your time to recreate yourself in your own mind and stay with that. Say, this is me now. This is me now. You can be anything you want, and you don't have to take into consideration anything that came before in your life. Everything that came before in your life has no bearing on what you can be now, what you are now. All right. Thank you so much for joining me for today's reading. I appreciate all of the likes, the shares, the comments, and if you haven't subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss future readings. I'm so happy you're here, and I know I'm going to see you very soon. Bye for now.